Be every bit of yourself. Hashtag not underselling with Sakshi Gautam.
Sorry, continue. It's your thing, yeah. Continue.
Okay. So basically, Malika here is somebody who's inspired me in like so many ways, because when I met her last, she gave me like this pep talk. She was like, "Oh my God, women, what are you doing? This is the first time I'm meeting you, but I can tell this is not you." I'm like, she's this. That was just amazing. Like,
Antaryami. I'm an Antaryami.
Antaryami, like she's just like, I feel like you can do so much more, Sakshi, ye wo. And I was just like, huh. And I know
Thank you.
I have asked other people to give their own introductions, but yours is such a long introduction that let me just start you off. Let me just start you off. When
If I end up I want to hear your version of my introduction. Yeah. We can exchange introductions.
This is. Why are you putting a spotlight on my own show? Like, can you not put so much
Who
pressure?
sits and says, let me introduce myself? It's so matrimonial. There's a reason why I'm single. Like, अपने आप के बारे में बताओ यहाँ पे. It's not gonna happen.
Achha, theek hai. So Malika has not just inspired me, but by India Today, she has been listed as the top 10 inspiring women in India. 500 top 500 quality leaders, 100 most powerful CMO Asia, Women Super Achiever Asia Summit 2019, 40 under 40 Business World, Entrepreneur of the Year 2019, and the list is just starting, right? So,
yeah.
So as you can clearly see, Malika is amazeballs.
Really enjoying this. Thank you.
But no, on a serious note, I was saying that I really wanted you to come and join me in this conversation, because last I spoke to you and I saw your energy. It was so contagious. Just be in the same room as you is just like it's like somebody just dipped me in so like black coffee and really sara energy, and you feel this like bolt of energy.
I hope Nescafe is listening.
Yes, we are open for sponsorships. So,
we are very open.
So, as you can clearly see, she's not even letting me finish her introduction. So, moving on. Malika is amazeballs. That was the summary, and I'm very happy that you joined me here today in this conversation, which I am pretty sure is going to derail 1,000 times. So, let's just get into it.
Edit skills are very, very high. No, but firstly, I want to congratulate you for starting hashtag not understanding. I think it's a brilliant venture. I'm really proud of what you've done. And I'm very, very proud of, let's just say, having you leave your job and start something that is closer to your journey. Because I feel like, I mean, honestly speaking, I don't do it to every single person, by the way. I'm not cuckoo, but like, if I see talent, it's something that is something that really drives me. If I see it in someone, if I see a spark, I will pester you till you leave your job and get to doing things, the things that you should be doing, or something that I can sort of help you nurture and then help you grow on it. Because I mean, obviously can't fund every business I spot, because I spot so much talent every day, but I'm glad that people like yourself listen to me and they trust me enough to leave their jobs and start something. So yeah, I'm really, really happy that you're doing this for yourself. So I'm very proud of,
I think
both of us.
Radio 1 HR will finally have explanation now. They'll be like, oh, what happened? But I
think it's person, she was just spotted in the studio.
About Little Yellow Beetle, now that word has come up, tell us the idea behind Little Yellow Beetle and why the name. There's a cute story there.
So, yes, of course, it's a very cute story. And yeah, thank you for busting the fact that this woman has everything in control. And we have a very pretty bona fide reason for calling it Little Yellow Beetle. We don't. I remember playing tennis when I was as a toddler. And I would go to the grass courts with my dad and my sister. And every day after practice, when we were stretching, I remember very clearly, there were these little beetles that would come and say hi, and they would creep up. And I would love that part of my, de-stress time post tennis, because I thought these friends they would miss me. And I would actually most days in the morning be like, if I don't go for practice today, my beetles will get angry, because I never thought as a child that they would, be able to fly or like go away far. I thought they lived there. There were only 4 of those people who wanted to see me every day, and I was very committed to being able to see them. So we had a connection. And the only problem was that I thought that they could have had other colors. Like they could be like, different colors, because as a family, like my mom's different, my sister's different, my dad's different. I was like, why are they all the same? How will I know who's Papa Beetle, Mama Beetle, Child Beetle? Like those are my questions, legit. And like my dad, I asked him once, I was like, Daddy, why can't there be another color? And Dad's like, what color would my baby like it to be? And like, I can't imagine that poor man having to deal with these stupid toddler questions. But in all his conviction of, being such a good dad, he's like, you can have your own little, yellow beetle when you grow up. But for now, let's just have them red. I said, yeah, okay, fine, maybe. And then cut to a couple of years ago, I remember we grew up and I was starting this company, and we needed to register this the next morning for whatever reasons that we were sort of trying to get to work and trying to start, and we'd already found a client and we didn't have a name. So I was like, how will we do the paperwork? We don't have a bank account and stuff. And Dad was like, what do you want to call it? And I was like, I don't know. And this is like at 9:30, 10 at night. And Dad was like, I think you already have a name. And then in that moment, the both of us Googled Little Yellow Beetle. We found the domains, we got them, it was done. And the next morning we were on.
That is such a beautiful story, because
Thank you.
It's just warms my heart to think about like you as a tiny kid being all weird, and then you as a grown up being all weird, and still managing to put that imagination into actually something. Now you do have your own little yellow beetle, and it's growing beautifully, and you have such a beautiful family of people working with you there, right?
Yes.
So
I think it's beautiful to see the fact that I was such an annoying toddler, and to have those kind of stupid questions and to see them come true. I just feel like it's life's way of showing that whatever you dream of, once you send a signal to the universe, things can come true. So you better watch the signals you're throwing out there.
Right, you can end up with nice names for your company.
Game of Thrones.
No.
Yeah.
I have to keep a book here just so that I can come back to the point with you, because
we need on.
There's no sticking to the point. Okay. So now that so setting up a company, being an entrepreneur in India, especially given that you studied abroad and you came back and you're trying to understand everything that was happening. So why did you decide to go ahead with something like Little Yellow Beetle? Like, what was the motivation behind it, that you wanted this media company doing particular things? What was the vision behind?
So, you're right. I did study outside. The reason that I came back was because I've always loved my country. I'm obsessed with, and I know that a lot of people find this very funny when I say I love Melbourne and oh my God, I can't believe you came back. I love Melbourne. Melbourne's my home. And I can't deny the fact that I think Melbourne is where I found myself, because I was suddenly all by myself, alone, far from family. I'm the tiniest in my family. Been very blessed with, people who I've grown up with have kept me in this really pretty cocoon. So I was literally like the silkworm left outside in this crazy world, and I found myself. So Melbourne's very special to me and very, very close to my heart. But having said that, like, I think when I was outside, I remember clearly writing to companies where I sort of thought that I could probably do an internship, or I needed to sort of write to them from, on behalf of my companies that I was working with. And I just didn't get a response. And I remember those people being like, oh, that's just how India is. They're really slow on technology. And I wanted to change that. I really wanted to change how everybody spoke about my country. If it's just technology and we're good people love working with us. They're chasing us. They're looking for companies to work for in India with. So, I just wanted to sort of bridge this gap. And at that moment, I realized that I wanted to go back and I wanted to digitize India. And it happened about 2 years before Modi ji had arrived. So I'm really happy that he's come, and he's stolen my hashtag, but as long as the work is getting done, I'm happy. Yeah. So that is one. So I've had to come back to my country. And then now, like, I think the work that we're doing now is digitizing healthcare in India. We're sort of showing the way and paving the way for empowering more people using technology. That's something that's very exciting. So I have my purpose of coming back to my country. And of course, sure, we'll probably expand. But I think India for me is a very exciting market. And I know that all of us have a lot of faults, and we're a bunch of crazies who live together. But I love it. I can't live away from my country for too long. So that is one. Understand that, that things are not perfect and we're not there yet. I do agree with you on that, but I'm not going to take away the fact that I think women like yourselves, there is the 17-year-old, I think she's called Alyssa Carson, who's training to be the first person on Mars in 2030. I think, with those kind of stories coming forth and the kind of work that women before us have put through, I think it's just unfair for us to constantly keep saying what are the toughest things for women to do, because I feel like women need to know we can do anything we want. There's absolutely no one stopping us. If there are people stopping us, we need to throw those people out of our lives. We can still do what we want. So we, of course, need to choose your relationships very, very wisely. That is one. Number two, you need to invest your time in people who understand you, and you can't just be all over the place and expect, the universe to do something magical. Of course, there are sacrifices. Of course, there are choices you make, some of them hard, some of them not so hard. But those choices are yours. And so the repercussions will have to be dealt with. Sometimes they turn into awards. Sometimes that you have to give away like a lot more than, what you thought or had planned. But I think for women, we already have changed the narrative. I think a lot more many people need to come forth and start talking about those stories, because women are doing exceptionally well. And the second thing that I think I want to put out is I've never had a difficulty working in this patriarchal world, because more men have supported me than women have. The only issue I've had though is that women sometimes, the looks they'll give you or the assumptions they'll make of you, or be like, hi, तुम्हारी शादी नहीं हुई अभी तक, पर तुम क्या करोगे इतने awards का? I'm like, auntie, आपकी शादी हो गई, आप क्या करोगे इतनी jewelry का? So, like those little banters, like funny stuff happens. But I think women need to support more women. We need to change the narrative for our future generations to grow up into. I don't want my child to grow up, man or woman, to think, women are not supposed to do this, and daddy can't do this, and mommy can't do this. I want them to be more equal.
So I think it's, like you were saying, that women supporting each other is such an important thing, because that has been such a major change for me, honestly. Like after meeting you and meeting all these other people who are in this list, in this interview series, slowly like meeting you guys, getting inspired, hearing your stories has just given me that, motivation to go make my own story, so that one day maybe I tell my story to somebody and they'll be like, oh cool, now it's turn for my story. So it's amazing how we have these amazing women in our lives. So now that we have established that you're a Khurafati successful person, I wanted to ask you that there's obviously you're very hardworking. I know कि coronavirus के time maybe you've been working very hard from home, and I love how you don't try to be humble about it at all. You're like, हाँ बहुत काम करती हूँ, देखो पसीना. So what do you do to like chill and unwind?
Yeah, to chill and unwind, I honestly don't know what chill and unwind is. I know that I'll tell you this honestly, a lot of my friends have banned me from WhatsApp groups. I've been deleted of WhatsApp groups because I refuse to answer back sometimes, or attend parties. I don't think last time I attended a party full, like, from start to end. I'll always be like, I have a flight next day. And I know my friends are going to be watching this, be like, I know which party you're getting out of, because there's pretty much so many. But to unwind and chill, I think I found my balance. I started to work with people I love spending time with. So, like I think you and I became friends. Karan and I stay on to be friends. I end up collaborating with people who I can sort of, connect with on a human level, and then sort of continue supporting each other through thick and thin at work. So I think that's how I sort of unwind. So I basically come for an interview and go to a very fancy place for a, meal with my new friends. So that's how I usually sort of like get to meet new people, socialize, and chill. The only thing that I've done in a real chill sense is take a trip. I was lying down at, before I turned 30, I saw this Pinterest thing, the things you do before 30. I booked a flight to New York and I just took off. I had never been to New York. There was no agenda for the first time. I took the longest flight. I hate sitting in flights. I did this all for myself to see if I could manage this again. And I had the time of my life. So I recommend that to everybody. But on an everyday, not so privileged level chill, I spend a lot of time with, these kids on the streets, because I learn so much from them. I love spending my time with these people. There are this, families that we've adopted, and I spend time with them. We do things together. We do activities together. We make videos together. It's a lot of fun. And I play the piano. I listen to a lot of music. Talk to a few of my friends who I genuinely love, and I've shamelessly not taken out any friend time for them. So I spend some time with them. But I'm quite a housey person. I love being home, and I love chilling with my parents. I think they're the coolest people. Like, I swear, I was having this weird thought the other day of how crazy is it that someone with such like my dad's 67 and mom's like about 8 years younger, and my sister's 6 years older than me. All of us are such different age groups. Yeah. And we're such good friends. I think that's such a blessing. Like, we can be like best friends to each other. So I love coming home, and I love being this gharelu person. Like, it's hard to get me out. It's very hard.
Okay, so as fun as this conversation has been, and for most of it we've just been laughing, I just want to say thank you so much for coming and having this conversation with me. Before I let you go, I want to like the pep talk you gave me, and I know you said that you don't give it to everybody and you उधर की
Yeah.
टैलेंट है, अंदर
मुझे
से
पैसे चाहिए.
अंदर से आवाज आती है. But like there's still a lot of people who are looking for that kind of sign, or like I was just waiting around standing for you to come and tell me things. There are a lot of people who are still waiting.
I don't think I told you. I whacked you. I was like, leave
You
your
like
job.
चल कर अपनी जिंदगी में कुछ. तो basically the people who are still understanding themselves, what would you like to say to them?
I think, well, congratulations for at least understanding yourselves. You're not in the league of people who don't understand themselves only. So that's a good step forward. I think every human being, this is something that I strongly believe in. And it's come to me very early. I think I'm hoping it comes to a lot more many people a lot earlier, so that you have a longer time to work on your dreams. If you can find your purpose, I think that's very important. If you can just sit with yourself and understand what is it that you're drawn to, what is it that you find joy in doing, I think it will probably take you to what your purpose as a human being in this universe is meant to be. And then you get that much more time to sort of, implement it, because the later you realize it in life, you've spent a long time just not doing anything about it. But I think if God wanted us to be planted and just blossom and, like whatever, we'll be a plant, we could be a certain breed of an animal or a tree or whatever. We're human beings for a reason. All of us have a purpose. We need to identify our journeys and we need to work on our purpose ASAP. And so, get guidance from wherever, listen to your elders, learn from the younger generations, hang out in nature. I think it's very important to get out of your comfortable spaces, play sport. Very important. It helps you build character. Pick any kind of a sport. Look after yourselves. I think this is very important. Look after yourselves, because if you can't look after yourselves, I can guarantee you will not look after anything in your life. It could be anything that you love or not, but you need to take care of your body. It's where you live. And then spend time with people different from your lifestyle. So I'm just saying, spending time with people on the streets, who live on the streets or in the rural parts of the country, has taught me so much. I'm a completely different person, because they teach you patience, they teach you perseverance, they teach you persistence, they teach you passion, they teach you, why should one wake up in the morning. I see a lot of people, and I'm going to say this, very unfortunate what happened to Sushant Singh Rajput, but there are so many of those. And I feel like if we can teach ourselves, because I understand that our academic organizations are not working on this at all. We're constantly forcing all of us to be the best, be the boss at a job, or be like number one on your position, or like get to the highest levels. What happens if you're stuck in the middle? What happens if you're just an employee? There's nothing wrong in being just an employee. No job is big or small. As long as you are happy doing what you're doing it from your heart, and you know why you're doing something. I think that is very important. And as human beings, we need to identify what is it that makes you happy. Is it music? Is it spending time with your family? Is it, reading, teaching? It could be anything. It could be something really small as well. It could be something just having an OCD about planting your plants. But then you can make that a profession. Just be so good at knowing when a plant needs water that no one can do that job better than you. So I think just have faith in yourself, and most importantly, very importantly, have faith in the universe. I'm telling you, I'm a poster child of this. If you can put your dreams out in the universe and do your best, I think the universe will help you. It really helps you. It works things around like magic, but you have to believe that you are yay small in this whole universe and you are not that important. So everything around you needs to be taken care of when you act, because if you act like, you trigger something wrongly, then you face the repercussions. But if you're kind in that position, you can actually change the way the universe responds to you.
And thank you so much for coming and taking out this time
for having me,
talking to me. And it was so much fun on being on this conversation end of you with you for once, instead of just standing and listening. You're such a fun person, and I love you so much. And I really, really want to thank you for giving me the pep talk when you did.
Yes.
It make a big difference in my life, and I am so grateful to have you.
No, I'm so grateful. Likewise. And I think you're a very talented human being. I think what you said about me, you light up the room, the space that you walk into. And I think you're set out for big things. And this is a great platform. So I'm very happy to be a part of your initial journey, because hopefully when you, grow bigger and you're way bigger a brand, you'll realize that this was it. And I hope you take me back for that coffee. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.